this is a question that I would ask you, I would ask Rakshit if I met him, Prashant Neel. Now, every industry gets new talent. Every industry goes through a new generation of directors. There is always, they're called this generation or this batch, kind of a thing. But with this particular batch or generation that you call it, that is you, with Rakshit Shetty, with Prashant Neel, with Pawan Kumar, all these people, there is the sense that there is something different. Maybe there's a little more cinephilia, maybe the things like the shot taking and all that is a little more international. How would you classify this generation compared to earlier generations? I'm not asking you to say which one is good or bad.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, like in terms of what they represented versus how, you are.
I think because the world is becoming like a smaller place and you have people watching Netflix on their mobile phones, I think it's a very natural consequence that you are finding young filmmakers today wanting to do something that they saw in a film that was made in Germany. So it's more accessible for us. So in that sense, for us filmmakers, for us young filmmakers, so to speak, the journey in terms of the reference point of what is the quality out there is something that we are very aware. Like, it's very difficult for us to put something out in comparison to what already exists. So we have to up our game, in terms of, it's not necessarily that somebody took a shot like this or somebody choreographed a scene like this and we have to do the same. It's just that there is a sense of quality that exists out there in the internet. And today, YouTube videos are being done so professionally, and so, some videos are fantastic. You can watch it like multiple times over. So you have to, bring your A game when you're making a film. So I think that is what has made things a lot more interesting.
That's what characterizes your...
Yeah. So it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't necessarily mean we are making better films.
Yeah.
It's just that we are trying to lift the sense of quality that exists, at least perceived quality that exists.
So like me, you did your engineering and you did a bit of journalism as well, and then you jumped into filmmaking. What made that happen? Is there like one movie that made you say, listen, that's what I want to do the rest of my life?
So I've always identified myself as a writer. Even when I was doing engineering, I used to scribble in class, like random things, very emo type of stuff. And so I used to think, what would it be like? This is pre-internet, the era before internet. So the world was still, it wasn't a world of possibilities. It was still like, what will you do? You will write and do what? These are the kind of questions that you get from family. And although my family has been very supportive, but you have that internal voice inside your head that's asking you, really, are you serious? Do you want to write and do what? So those are the kind of things that, was bothering me. And I kept wanting to write. I was pretty clear about that. Then slowly that led to writing stories, and I read a lot. So it sort of became an extension. And then one of the first films that sort of had a major influence on me was when I saw, there's a place in Bangalore called Sujitra Film Society where people just screen really, really beautiful films for dirt cheap. Like for $200 you can go watch like 10, 20 films in a month. I happened to be one of those people, and I saw a series on Truffaut. I saw 400 Blows and the entire Antoine Doinel series, and when I saw that, something about the film, it didn't feel like a film, firstly, because I was used to a certain kind of cinema.
How old were you?
I'd just gotten out of engineering.
Okay.
I was fairly old in that sense, but maturity-wise, I think I was just, getting into that stage where I was understanding concepts of life and future and aspiration, dreams and so on. So when I saw this film, it's about a boy struggling with ideas, and so it really sort of resonated with me. And I was like, films can be such a powerful medium, and those films stayed with me for a while. And that's when I was like, and I've always been interested in music. Although I'm tone deaf, I can't play a note, but I love music. Like, I have to listen to music. So for me, the whole visual and audio sort of marriage made perfect sense. That's how I decided, okay, I'm going to try making films. I started fooling around with a camcorder and stuff like that.
So in a way, the so-called Kannada new wave which you represent began with the French New Wave.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, actually, come to think of it.